Today we continue our road safety campaign as we inch closer to Christmas. How do we ensure the road crashes are minimized this festive season? What is the responsibility of both drivers and pedestrians in ensuring the safety of the people during the festive season and beyond? And also, what is the Road Safety Authority, the MTTD, or the Ghana Police Service and other stakeholders putting in place to ensure the realization of that dream? We're joined in the studio by Pearl Adusu Jesse, Head of Communications at the National Road Safety Authority, and Henry Asmani, who is a Senior Manager Planning and Programs, also from the National Road Safety Authority. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you in advance as we head towards the Christmas. So we've had I mean, a lot of conversations, especially with you, Mr. Asmani. We're here again. What are the tips? What should people know as we get to Christmas? Or what's the message from the National Road Safety Commission? Since we usually have you all the time, and she's a woman, we'll let her go let her go for the first catch.
Thank you, and good afternoon to your viewers. As the agency leading have the mandate to reduce road traffic crashes in the country, and as Christmas approaches, we know that this season there is a lot of motorization, traveling, buying and selling, so a lot of people are around, and drivers who want to go and come and make a lot of money. Also associated with the festive time, there's a lot of merrymaking, excitement, and so people take to drinking and a lot of things. So as a result of our mandate, we've launched our massive Christmas campaign, whereby we've put measures in place to address some of the negative things our road users do.
Okay, tell us about these things that's in the campaign. Like, what's the campaign going to look like? What is it going to do?
The campaign, we started by launching it in November. Okay. And then at a Kanishi bus terminal, where we educated a lot of drivers and even tested them on their drinking level. The police were the MTTD, and then we have outreach programs. We've trained about 500 NAPCO officials who we use to go onto major streets and roads to educate drivers and every road user. Okay. And then we also have a special program that we've rolled up, which is called the Commercial Driver Training and Education, whereby we are training about 13,000 drivers nationwide, so that they will know what to do and not to do at this particular time. You know, when the Christmas comes into force like that, there's a lot of drinking, a lot of speed driving, fatigue driving, and other things. So we tell them, we educate them, we remind them, we make them aware that these things are behaviors that when they put up, it will add to a lot of injuries, death, and then pedestrian knockdowns. Okay. And then pedestrians themselves, where to cross and not to cross, how to behave on the road. When footbridges are built, they should rather use that, patronize that, as to crossing the road at unapproved points. These are some of the awareness we are creating, going on media stations, traditional media stations, as we are doing all over the country, and going on social media to put out statements on social media. So people will be aware what to do, because road safety is a shared responsibility. Everybody is involved.
Very well. Let me come to you, Mrs. May. I mean, we've had this conversation over and over again. I'm always asking, okay, so like sometimes I actually run out of questions because we've spoken about everything that there is, and people still keep dying on our roads. So have you had, I believe that this is the programs that she's just spoken about, these are programs that you've been doing for some time now. What has been the feedback?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your viewers. Normally, these are programs we do normally, and people listen to us. But one of the things that she mentioned that is new, I would want to concentrate on that one a little, is the road safety education and training for commercial drivers. Okay,
are you focusing on the feedback from that, or are you focusing on what that program is all about?
Yes, I want to just talk about that program, then it will link up into
the feedback. Very well, please go ahead.
Yeah, so that's one program that we have brought for this year, and we started this in November, and it's nationwide. We are training about 13,000 commercial drivers, and these are drivers that we put them in the high risk category.
Okay, what makes, yes.
When I say high risk, I mean drivers who, one, travel over long distances, two, carry a lot of people like the VIP buses, STC, GPRT, those ones. Then also drivers who drive these trucks, because they also go long distances and get tired often. So these are the people that we call them the high risk commercial driving populace. So these are, we've chosen about 13,000 of them, and they are going through this
across
training.
The country.
Yes, across the country, and in all regions they are having this training. Why did we do this? Because one, you realize that sometimes it's not that the drivers do not know, they know, but you need to remind them. So it's more of a refresher thing. We are reminding them. Then also there are some things that they may not know. Then we tell them. Apart from that, there are some actions that they take on the road that they don't think about the consequence. So you try to let them know that when you do this, these are some of the consequences that would come through. And this is something we are doing with DVLA. Then the MTTD, and then Ghana Drive. Ghana Drive is the Ghana Association of Driving Schools. You know, they have the certified instructors. So it is these certified instructors who are doing this training for the commercial drivers.
And so what has the feedback been? Is it working, or have you learned any lessons that's helping you to evaluate or reevaluate the work that you're doing with the 13,000 drivers you mentioned?
The first thing is that it's still ongoing. But some of the feedback that we are getting is that the drivers are really excited about it. And even those who, you know, the selection was done by them themselves, the driver unions. Some of the people who were not selected want to come in. But as we said, this was just for 13,000. It's just a pilot. Next year we would roll it out full scale, and every driver would take part. If you even look at the LI 2180, specified in that as a driver, within a 2-year period, you should go for a refresher course. So it means that myself and yourself, if we drive, we need to go through this refresher course. So I'm sure when it becomes full scale, we would all have to go through this course if we want to renew our driver's license and remain drivers. So this is something that we've just brought on board. But apart from that, as you mentioned, we are doing our normal campaigns where we go onto the media. We are using the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association through them to do a lot of media publicity, and also the public agencies like Ghana Broadcasting Corporation.
All right. Well, I must say, like he's just said, that this is a collaboration with JoyNews and Guinness Ghana, and of course the National Road Safety Commission, and bringing you all of this. Hopefully you stay safe this Christmas. I'll take very brief final words from our friends from the National Road Safety Commission, but let's focus more on what tips you can share, the tips that you talk about sharing on social media, the ones that you've been sharing with the drivers. Share some of them with us. I mean, just as a reminder, as your final word.
Our theme, even for the Christmas campaign, is stop road accidents now before it stops you. Because if you don't take measures to stop road accidents, it will stop you rather from living on it. So death is only once. So we should be careful. We should wear our seat belts. Drivers should not drink whilst driving. With the collaboration, as you said, with Guinness, they are the brewers of some of the drinks that we have in Ghana.
The
alcoholic drinks. But they are even cautioning drivers not to drink whilst they are driving or whilst they are in operation. And then they should, when they are tired, they should not force to drive. They should rest, because accidents bring a lot of, I think, pain to individuals, communities, and the whole nation as well. It takes away resources that are vital to the growth of the nation. And so we should all take road safety seriously, so that this Christmas we will not experience the high rate of death, injuries, and other things. Especially last year, we realized that 24th, 25th, and 26th, about 33 people died in road crashes. This year, we are aiming to reduce it to the barest minimum or 0 degree.
Zero at all. No death at all.
No death at all.
Thank you very much. Pearl Edusa Jesse, she's head of communications with the National Road Safety Commission. You had those tips. Stay alive, stop the speed, was it? Or the speed will stop you. Your final words, Mrs.
Stop accidents now before it stops.
All right, stop
yes,
accidents.
as she said, there'll be a lot of merrymaking. We should all take care whilst we are merrymaking. If you are driving, please do not drink.
Okay.
I would advise that as friends, if you are going out, choose an angel. Who is an angel? The angel is the person who drives. That person should not drink.
Like me. So you should always have someone like me in your team of, revelers.
With you, I would drink, you won't drink, and you drive me home.
That's okay. You should always look for someone like me, someone who doesn't drink, who will be your angel. So thank you so much. We'll be doing more of this as we go along. We get into the Christmas. So, just so we remind ourselves, not that we don't know. I'm sure we all know these things, but just as a way of reminding ourselves. Pearl Edusa Jesse is head of communications, National Road Safety Commission. Henry Esumeni, senior manager, planning and programs, National Road Safety Commission. Thank you so much for coming. And hope